Welcome back, my friends, on Advanced Phone Features Part 4. In this video I'm going to talk about conferences, how to configure a Meet-Me conference, and how to solve the problem of the unavailable busy message recording, and how to configure the directory to help the users to dial by name instead of number, and how to configure call recording to record your internal or external or incoming or outgoing calls, and how to access these recordings using the command line interface and using the voicemail and recordings web page, and how to configure on-demand recording. First, let's take this in order and talk about conferences and how to configure a conference on Asterisk. First, now I'm connected to my FreeBX server. You can go to applications, conferences, and here you can see the configuration page for the conference. Here is the conference number. You need to configure a number for the conference room or the Meet-Me conference room. I'm going to use 1000, and this is the number that the users will dial to join the conference. And you can secure access to the conference by using a password or a PIN number. FreeBX will ask and will prompt the users before joining the conference to type this password. I'm going to secure the conference access by a PIN number, which is 123, and also you can configure the user an admin that will has the ability to control this conference and can do many administrative tasks, like the ability to unlock or lock the conference if you want, and the ability to eject the last caller or the last member joins the conference. I'm going to configure and add an admin user, and I'm going to configure this password for the admin user. Here is the join message. The join message assembly will be played back to the members before joining the conference, and very recommended to configure a join message when enabling this feature here, or when recording your conference. So it's recommended to configure a join message that will tell the participants before joining the conference that this conference is recorded. So don't say anything that will violate the organization policy or something like this. The leader wait option, if enabled, the participants will that join the conference will not be able to communicate with each other, and the conference will not start until the admin user arrives. And here you can the token optimization. Simply, if no one is talking in the conference, FreeBX can encode and can play the background noise back to the conference participants, just to give the members the sense that the conference is still alive and online, and they can communicate to each other and talk at any time. You can disable this. You can disable token optimization to say, hey FreeBX, please don't play the background noise if no one is talking in the conference. And FreeBX will not encode this background noise to the conference members, and the conference will be as being muted. The talker direction assembly will help you if you when monitoring the conference using the Meet-Me CLI command, and you can see the talker or the members as currently talking in the conference. Quiet mode, it will play a sound when the user enter or leaves the conference. User count will announce the count of the members or the participants in the conference if someone is joining the conference. User join and leave, sometimes it's working and sometimes not, and when enabled it should work like this. It should ask the caller or the member before joining the conference to record his name, and this name will be played back to the conference participants to say, hey, the user that has the XYZ name, now he is joining the conference, and it will play the same message to notify the users that the XYZ user now is leaving the conference when leaving, if this user decided to leave the conference. Music on hold, you can choose to play music on hold in the conference. If the conference has only a single caller, and the music on hold will be played back to this single caller from the music on hold, from the music on hold class you choose here. You can choose to play the default music on hold class or custom classes if configured. Allow menu: simply the conference participants or members can press asterisk using their phone's keypad, and after pressing asterisk they will receive a menu that will give the user many options, maybe the ability to increase or decrease his volume. This is the sound that the other participants will hear, and the ability to increase or decrease the conference volume. This is the sound that the user will hear, the conference sound, and also the ability to mute or unmute himself if he wants. And if the user that is using the asterisk feature, the asterisk digit to receive this menu is configured or is recognized or was recognized and identified as an admin user, he will receive more administrative options like the ability to lock or unlock the conference if you want, and the ability to eject the last member join the conference. Here you can choose also to record the conference if you want. I don't want to record the conference. I'm going to talk about recording in a great detail in this video. The maximum participants you can, by default it's unlimited, which means there is no limit to the maximum participants that can join the conference. You can limit this to maybe 5 participants in the conference. Mute and join: simply it will mute the conference participants on joining the conference, and the participants now can or the user can unmute himself using this menu when pressing asterisk. So the menu will say, hey, maybe press 3 to unmute yourself, so the user now can press the required digit to unmute himself if you want. And if this configuration setting is disabled, you should configure an admin user, and the admin user now can mute the muted users. Now I'm going to enable these settings here, and I don't want to record the conference, and I don't want to mute the users when initially joining the conference. And also let's configure description for this, and let's apply our configuration. And now you can use your phone to dial the conference number here, and since we have configured authentication, it should authenticate and prompt the user for the password, and depending on the password that the user will write here using his keypad, and depending on the password that will be sent to FreeBUX, FreeBUX will recognize and identifies this user as a normal user or as an admin user. And if this user is using the admin user, he would be recognized the admin bin. He would be identified as an admin user, and asterisk or FreeBUX will give this user more administrative options to control the conference, maybe the ability to lock or unlock the conference, and also the ability to eject the last member join the conference. So, but I'm going to authenticate using the normal user bin number. And you will hear music on hold since the conference has only a single member, and we have this configuration setting here enabled to play the music on hold if the conference has only a single member or participant, and it will play the music on hold from the default class configured here. Now let's join the conference using another phone here, And at this time I'm going to join the conference as an admin user by typing the admin password or the admin PIN number.
There is currently one other participant in the conference.
And it will announce the number of the participants in the conference since we have this setting enabled user count. And that's how to configure the conference. You can receive this menu by pressing asterisk like this.
Please press 1 to mute or unmute yourself, 2 to lock or unlock the conference, 3 to eject the last user, 4 or 6 to decrease or increase the conference volume, 5 to extend the conference, 7 or 9 to decrease or increase your volume, or 8 to exit.
And when pressing asterisk you will receive this menu, and now you can as a user use this menu to increase or decrease your volume, to increase or decrease the conference volume, to mute or unmute yourself. And if you are configured as an admin user, you will receive more administrative options that will give you the ability to control this conference, like the ability to lock or unlock the conference, and also the ability to eject the last user or the last member joined the conference. So very easy. Now let's talk about how to solve the problem of the unavailable or busy message recording. You remember when I was talking here in the video, the Asterisk Now 7 video, I was talking and I was explaining the VMX locator, and I said by default when using the default feature, this feature code, the default feature code to access your voicemail, when using this feature code to record your unavailable or busy message, none of these messages will be played back to the caller by default if you are unavailable or busy. And since and I said that Asterisk has a bug that will prevent those messages from being played back to the caller again. And here is the bug ticket for this. Now it's telling you the user is unavailable, and not only the unavailable message but also the busy message, as it's telling you here, will not work in many circumstances. And that's right, that's completely right, but I found a way to get around this. I found a way to solve this problem, and now you can successfully record your unavailable or busy message without any problem, and these messages will be played back to the caller if you are unavailable or busy. And that's why we need to spend some time to talk about the Asterisk feature code. When you go here, go to feature codes, and you can see here the Asterisk feature code. Here it's telling you that you can use this feature code as a direct rel prefix. Really, it's not a very descriptive statement, and let me talk about the uses of the Asterisk feature code. You can use the Asterisk feature code for many things. I'm going to talk about some of them, not all of them, but follow me in this scenario here. Maybe I'm using my phone to dial extension 1002, which is configured to forward the incoming calls when the extension unavailable or busy to the voicemail. So I will dial extension 1002, and the extension will ring, and I will receive no answer. At this time, I will be sent to the to the extension 1002 voicemail to leave a voicemail message to this extension. Maybe that's what you want, and maybe not. Maybe you don't want to go through this process to reach the voicemail of the extension 1001. Maybe you want to connect to the voicemail of extension 1001 directly and to leave a voicemail message. And you can do this by using the Asterisk feature code. You can do this by dialing the Asterisk feature code followed by the extension number of the voicemail. The extension number that you want to access is the voicemail. Maybe, for example, I want to access I want to leave a voicemail directly to extension 1001. So you will follow this by the extension like this, and it will ask you to leave the message to the voicemail or to the voicemail of extension 1001 like this.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
this is my first voicemail to extension 1001.
Thank you. Goodbye.
And now it will hang up, and now when we go here to extension 1002, you can see here is a new voicemail message will be sent to this extension. So you can also use asterisk feature code for other things. I'm telling you that the asterisk feature code equals to this and this, and you should ask yourself what this feature code is used for, to access your voicemail, and what this feature code is used for, to access the other user's voicemail. So when telling you that the asterisk feature code equals to this and this, that means that you can use the asterisk feature code to access your voicemail or to access the other user's voicemail. Okay, and now simply you can do this by interrupting the menu that you will receive when maybe I want to access the voicemail of my extension here, extension 1001. So I will dial asterisk followed by the extension that I want to access its voicemail like this, and you can hit call, and you will receive a menu. You need to interrupt this menu by pressing asterisk, and at this time or at this moment it will ask you about the password to log into the voice email like this, and you will receive, of course, after that, after a successful authentication, you will receive the normal the default standard or the default FreeBX voicemail menu here, and you can press 1 to go to advanced options, and press 0 for advanced options, and press 1 to record your unavailable message, or press 2 to record your busy message. And when recording your unavailable or busy message using this way, using the asterisk feature code, it will be played back to the caller successfully without any problem, and that's how you can get around this bug here. And now we can configure your unavailable and busy message successfully without any problem. So forget about this bug ticket now. Now let's show you how to do this.
Please leave your message and password.
Interrupt the menu by pressing asterisk, and it will ask you about the password to log into this voice mail.
Login incorrect. Password. You have no.
And
Press 2 to change folders. Press 3
I'm
for
going to press 1 for advanced options,
Press 1 to record your unavailable
and I'm going to press 1 to record my unavailable message.
Press 3 to record your name. After the tone, say your unavailable message and then press the pound key.
I'm unavailable now, call me later.
Thank you. Press 1 to accept this recording. Press 1 to accept your
Save this.
message has been saved.
Now let's record our busy message.
Your unavailable message. After the tone, say your busy message and then press the pound key.
I'm busy now, call me later.
Thank you. Press 1 to accept. Press 1. Your message has been saved. Press 1 to
And now let's test this. Let's test the unavailable message. I'm going to dial extension 1001, okay, using this phone here, and of course I will not answer the incoming call just to simulate an availability state on extension 1001. And now the caller should receive the unavailable message before forwarding this extension to the voicemail of extension 1002 like this.
Please leave your message after the tone.
And great, you can hear the unavailable message will be played back to the caller. Now time to test the busy message. I'm going to dial extension 1004 here, and I'm going to answer the incoming call on extension 1004, and after that I'm going to use this phone to dial extension 1001, and of course I will not answer the call. And since the extension is busy, the busy message now should be played back to the caller extension 1002 before forwarding and before sending this caller to the voicemail. to the extension 1001 voicemail. Now we should receive the busy message now.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up.
And now great, is working without any problem. So that's how you can that's how to use Asterisk feature code to record your unavailable or busy message. Now also we need to talk about the temporary greeting setting here. That temporary greeting, when recorded or when recording the temporary greeting, keep in mind that it will override the unavailable and the busy message, and instead of playing the unavailable or busy message, if you are unavailable or busy back to the caller, it will play the temporary greeting. So keep this in mind, very important to know. If the temporary greeting is recorded, it will override your unavailable and busy message and will be played back to the caller if you are unavailable or busy. Now let's record the temporary greeting on extension 1001 using the Asterisk feature code, and test this again and approve to you that this temporary greeting will override both of the unavailable and the busy message.
Please leave your message after the password. You have no messages. Press 2 to
Now press 0 to go to advanced options. 4 to record your temporary greeting.
After the tone, say your temporary message and then press the pound key.
Thanks for dialing my extension.
Thank you. Press 1.
Thanks for dialing my extension.
Press 1.
Let's save this.
Your message has been saved. There is a temporary greeting.
And let's hang up, and now the temporary greeting has been saved. And now I'm going to dial extension 1001 using this soft phone, and of course again I will not answer the incoming call, just to simulate an availability state on this extension. And then instead of playing the unavailable message back to us, FreeBX will play the temporary greeting since it's recorded, and of course the temporary greeting will override the unavailable and the busy message when recorded, and like this. This time we should receive the temporary greeting instead of the unavailable message.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up. Or
Again, it's working fine. So very important to know that if the temporary greeting is recorded, it will override the unavailable and the busy messages and will be played back to the caller if you are unavailable or busy. Now, core directory. The directory will help you to dial extensions or dial users by name instead of number. The internal users can use the directory by dialing the feature code, and the default feature code 411, and you can find this feature code here. Go to admin feature codes and you can see the default feature code for the directory 411. I believe it's not installed. Let's dial this and test this.
your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the
Okay, let's go to module admin and check online. And search for phone. Where's the word? It's not installed. You can see it's not installed, so I'm sorry about that. I should install this before the recording, but now let's install the phone book directory here, and in the description it will provide the dial by name directory for phone book entries. That's fine. Now let's install this, and now let's reload and apply our configuration, and back to the feature code. Here we should see the default feature code for the directory, which is 44. You can see here after the installation of the module will add the feature code here, which is 411. So the internal users can use the directory by dialing the feature code, which is 411, and they will receive the directory announcement, and they can search for any contact or username that they want to dial. But also the external callers can use the directory, but you should configure this. For the external callers, you should configure the directory as an IVR destination or a destination in the IVR menu, and you should tell the external callers about their ability to use the directory to dial internal extensions by name instead of number. Maybe the IVR announcement will be something like press 1 for this destination, press 2 for this destination. You should include this in the IVR announcement to say maybe press 4 to use the organization directory and search for a specific contact, or search for a specific user and dial this user by name instead of number. And so for the external users to use the directory, you should configure the directory as an IVR destination in the IVR configuration. But first, let's show you how the directory configuration badge itself. Here, let's create a new directory, and let's name this maybe AsteriskNOW directory. That's fine. And let's configure the description the same as the directory name. And here you can see the entries that you can include in the directory configuration. I'm going to include all the users in the directory, and here is the announcement. Let me submit this first and apply our configuration. Again, the internal users can use the directory by dialing the feature code, which is 411, like this.
Welcome to the phone book. Please enter the first 3 letters of the entry you're looking for.
And after dialing the directory feature code, they will receive the announcement that will be played back to them. You can change this default announcement if you want, but I want to show you how the external callers and how to configure the directory as a destination in the IVR configuration to give the external callers the ability to use the directory. You can go here and maybe include this as the third destination here, and configure the destination here, and go to the directory and choose your directory configuration here, and submit your configuration and apply your configuration. And of course you should tell the external callers that they can press or they should press 3 to use the organization directory. So you need to record this in the IVR menu or the IVR announcement. Maybe press 3 to use the organization directory and dial extensions by name instead of number. And now let's simulate an incoming call and press 3 using the keypad, and now we should be forwarded to the directory configuration. Now we need to create an inbound route, and map this in the configuration. You need to change the destination here in the inbound route configuration to our IVR configuration. That's fine. Okay, and save your configuration, apply your configuration. And now we need to simulate an inbound call, and this inbound call should be forwarded here and should connect immediately and directly to our IVR configuration. So back to our IVR configuration, and now let's redial again.
For checking,
and you will receive this IVR announcement here. And now let's press 3 to use the directory.
Welcome to the directory.
And
Please enter the first 3 or more letters of the party's first or last name.
this is the default announcement that will be played back to the callers.
The 1 key for punctuation.
And
Press 0 to exit the directory and obtain further assistance.
it will ask you to type the first 3 characters. It will ask you to type the first 3 characters for the entry that you want to reach to, and if there is a match, it will play the name of this entry or the name of this user, depending on or based on the configuration chosen here. If we when configuring this to spell name, so if there is a match for this user, it will spell this letter by letter, maybe like this, AHMED. And if when configuring this to text to speech, and you should, by the way, when choosing this, you should install the text to speech module from the module admins here, and it will announce and will say the name back to the caller if there is a match for this name, for example. And also you can choose to use the custom recordings, that this custom recordings will have the name for this users here, and if there is a match for any user, the name will be played back to the callers, the external callers, or even the internal callers from the recording chosen here. And also the most important setting here you can configure, and the most powerful setting here, voicemail greeting. I'm going to talk about this in a moment, but now let's talk about these settings here. Let's simulate an inbound call again.
For checking, press 1.
You can when making an invalid retry,
For IRA account,
again, this announcement, this is the default directory announcement that you will hear. You can change this announcement.
we have not received a valid
This is the
response.
invalid
Please try again.
this is the invalid retry recording, and you can,
We have not received a valid response. Please try again.
and at the third invalid retry, since the default maximum invalid retry 2, at the third invalid retry it will play the invalid retry recording.
We have not received a valid response. Please wait while we connect your
This
call.
is an invalid recording, and it will forward you at the third time to the invalid destination. And since we don't have any invalid destination configured, it will hang up the call at the third time you will make an invalid try. You can change this if you want, and you can choose this configuration setting here. You can choose this configuration setting here. When enabled, it forwards the caller after forwards the caller at the third time the caller will make an invalid retry to the IVR menu, instead of forwarding the caller or sending the caller to this invalid destination configured here. And announce extension if there is a match, maybe for this user, which is which has extension 1001. Before dialing and before dialing this extension, it will play and announce this extension back to the caller, saying, hey, there is a match for the user that is named or called Mahmoud Ramadan Ali, that has the extension, and it will say the extension and will announce the extension back to the caller before dialing the user extension. And now I told you that I'm going to talk about this configuration setting here, the voicemail greeting, and in my personal opinion it's very misleading. It's not descriptive, not very descriptive name. It's telling you voicemail greeting, but in reality it doesn't has any relation to the voicemail greeting or the temporary greeting or anything like this. This voicemail greeting setting here, this record your name setting in the advanced options. You can use your phone, to log in to your voicemail, and of course you will go to the advanced options, and you can press 3 to record your name, and AsteriskNOW will know about your name and will map your name to your extension. Again, will map your name to your extension, and if there is a match for your name, FreeBBX will play the recorded name configured here in this configuration setting. Okay, the record your name. So the voicemail greeting, again, it doesn't has any relation to the voicemail greeting. Very misleading description, or very misleading setting or name. Instead, the voicemail greeting, they mean asterisk mean this setting here, the record your name setting. But first, let's submit this configuration and show you how to use the directory. I'm going to again simulate an inbound call. I'm going to try or to match this user here.
For checking, press 1. For savings, press 2. For IRA accounts, press 3.
I'm going to press 3 to play the.
Welcome to the directory. Please enter the first 3 or more letters of the party's first or last name using your touch-tone keypad. Use the 1 key for punctuation. Press 0 to exit the directory and obtain further assistance.
And you can see it will spell the name, since we don't have a voicemail configured, or we did.
1001.
And now it will connect us to this destination here like this. And now we are connected to this destination. And you can see it will spell the name letter by letter or a character by character here. Since we don't have any voicemail greeting configured or recorded, we don't have this. We didn't record our name using this setting yet, but I'm going to show you how to do this in a moment. And also we don't have a text-to-speech engine or module installed on our Asterisk, so it will fall back to this setting here, and will spell the name. If there is a match, it will spell the name letter by letter or character by character. Now let's configure the voicemail greeting, which is not the voicemail greeting, which is this setting here, to record our name, the name of extension 1001. That's my name, Mahmoud Ramadan Ali, and try to make a match for this entry, for this name again. And instead of spelling the name letter by letter, it should play the name or the recorded name that we record here. Very simple to do this. Again, use the asterisk feature code. Something is wrong in my network, and let's hang up and dial again. I believe you saw this. Let's interrupt the menu and the password, and now let's go to the advanced options, and now let's press 3 to record our name. Mahmoud Ramadan Ali.
Thank you. Press 1 to accept this recording. Press 1 to accept this recording. Your message has been saved. There is a temporary.
And now we have recorded our name successfully using this setting here. And now let's try to make a match for this for our name. And now it should play this recorded name we have recorded here, instead of spelling the name letter by letter or character by character. So I'm going to use this software to simulate an inbound call,
For checking.
and I'm going to press 3.
Welcome to the directory.
see that it will play the name instead of spelling the name a letter by letter, and now we are connected to the destination. So it will use not I don't like to say the voicemail greeting. It will use this setting here, the record your name setting, to play the recorded name if there is a match for any username before if there is a match. And that's how you can configure your directory. Again, as a revision, the directory will help you to dial users by name instead of numbers. The internal users can use the directory by dialing the feature code, which is by default 411, and simply they can search for any contact they want to dial by name instead of number. And the external callers also can use the directory, but you should configure this as an IVR destination in the IVR configuration. And also you should tell the external callers about their ability to use the directory in the IVR announcement. The IVR announcement will be something like this, maybe press 1 for this destination, press 2 for this destination, press 3 for this destination, and you should include this in the IVR announcement. Maybe press 4 to use the organization directory and dial extensions by name instead of number. You should include and tell the users, the external callers, about their ability to use the directory to dial extensions or dial users by name instead of number. And you will go here in your IVR configuration and will map and configure this directory as a destination here. So very easy, very simple. Now let's talk about call recording. Simply call recording features that will allow you to record calls, to record incoming calls or outgoing calls, internal calls, or even external calls. And also you can choose to configure on-demand recording, which is not working by default on Asterisk, but I'm going to show you how to get around this. On-demand recording, simply if the user or if extension 1001 has on-demand recording enabled, now extension 1001 on a connected call can press and can activate the on-demand recording by dialing the on-demand recording feature code, which is *1. He will hear a beep after that, and he can now start the recording process for this call. And also he can stop the recording process by pressing the same feature code, which is *1 back again, and he will hear a beep, and after that he can deactivate, and by pressing the feature code again he can the call recording or the on-demand recording process will be deactivated. I'm going to show you first how to record your incoming or outgoing or internal or even your external calls, and after that I'm going to show you how to access this recordings using the command line interface or using the voicemail and recordings web page. And I also will end this video by talking about on-demand recording. But first, now let's go to extension 1001 here. Extension 1001, and I want to enable here you can see call recording. Here you can choose to record the external or the internal calls, the inbound or the outbound calls. I'm going to or also you can choose to enable on-demand recording for this extension. Again, on-demand recording is not working by default on Asterisk, so you need additional configuration steps to get it working and running. I'm going to show you this in a moment. Now let's enable inbound internal call recording for extension 1001. So when this extension, which is 1001, now is receiving an inbound call from any internal extension, this call should be recorded all the time. You can choose not to record the call if you want, or you can choose that to keep it as a default, don't care. But I'm going to choose to always record the inbound internal calls to extension 1001. I'm going to save and apply my configuration here like this. And before testing this, I want to mention that you need to modify. You need to go to advanced settings here, go to settings, advanced settings, and you need to change the asterisk dial options and the asterisk dial the asterisk outbound dial options. Simply this setting here will control the call behavior internally, and this setting here will control the call behavior externally. So if you want to record internal calls to and from internal destination, you need to make some changes to this setting here. And if you want to record the external calls to and from internal or external destinations, you need to make changes to this setting here. I want to show you this file here. You need to configure and change the asterisk dial options. Again, this will control the your internal call behavior, and this will control your external call behavior. You need to change this to this value here and add this value like this. I'm going to tell you about the meaning of this. But now let's save. Let's configure this and back to, and also the outbound trunk dial options. Save and apply your configuration. And now by doing this, you can see here the small w allows the call recipient to use the call recording, and the capital W will allow the call initiator, the source of the call, to use call recording. So by adding this, maybe by adding the capital W to the asterisk dial options, which will control the internal call behavior or the call behavior internally. Now we have enabled call recording for any extension that is considered to be the initiator of the call. You can also enable call recording for the call recipient by using this small w here and adding this to the asterisk dial option, or even you can enable recording to external extensions, or you can enable the external extensions to record the calls that will come to your organization by using this small or capital W. So very important to know the meaning of this letters here. And after that, now let's test this, and you can see the configuration now has been saved like this. So again, very important to know that the asterisk dial options will control your the call behavior internally, and the asterisk outbound trunk dial options will control the call behavior externally. And now I'm going to I want to back to our extensions. Here I'm going to show you something that's very important also to know. You can see here the asterisk dial options will be inherited from the asterisk dial options configured in the advanced settings. You can override this if you want, and choose to override this and configure a custom asterisk dial options only for this extension. But I don't like to do this. I want to inherit the asterisk dial options from the asterisk dial options configured here in the advanced settings. And now, since we have enabled the inbound internal calls to extension 1001 to be recorded all the time, I'm going to use this phone here to dial extension 1001. Okay, and now FreeBX should record this call. going to answer the incoming call. This is my first recorded call, and now let's hang up. And now this call has been recorded by FreeBBX. But the question now, how you can access this recordings. By default, you can use your command line interface to access these recordings. By default, the recordings will be stored in this directory, but also you can access these recordings using the voicemail and recordings web page. Now let's show you how to access your recordings using the command line interface, and I'm going to connect to my FreeBBX using SSH, and now let's go to the monitor directory, and you can see here a subdirectory. This subdirectory will inherit the name of the year, and another subdirectory, and this directory will inherit the name of the month, and another subdirectory, and this directory will inherit the name of the day. And here is our recording. You can see our recording here from extension 1002 to extension 1001, and here is the year, followed by the month, followed by the day. And you can see the recordings by default will have the web extension, and that's how you can access your recordings using the command line interface. Again, keep in mind that the recordings will be stored in the monitor directory in a subdirectory that will inherit the name of the year. Again, this subdirectory has another subdirectory, will inherit the name of the month, the name of the day or the day, and finally your recordings. Again, your recordings will have the web extension, and that's how to access your recordings using the command line interface. But I want to show you a really nice way to access and manage and have fun with these recordings using the voicemail and recordings web page. You can do this by going to advanced options or advanced settings, and go to you can see here user portal admin username and user portal admin password. You need to configure an admin user for the user portal, and this admin user will be added to the call monitor admin group, and now this user can use his voicemail and recordings web page to access these recordings here. Okay, this using his voicemail and recordings web page. To do this, I'm going to configure extension 1001. Okay, go to call monitor. I believe it's enabled, or okay, I'm going to show you the steps for this. I'm going to configure here extension 1001, and you can choose this default password, but I don't want to choose this default password. I want to choose the same password I'm using to access my voicemail and recordings web page to access and manage my recordings. So I'm going to use the same password, and now this user, the extension 1001 user, will be added and will be configured as an admin user for the user portal, and will be added to the call monitor admin groups. And now this user will has the ability to access and manage these recordings here using his voicemail and recordings web page. Now let's apply our configuration, and you can see here is the in the call monitor page. We can see our recording here. You can delete this recording if you want, or you can play this recording in your browser if you have the necessary plugins installed. I want to download this recording to my desktop and play this recording. Now again, that's nice. This is our recording, and that's very easy. And now you can access your recordings using your voicemail and recordings web page simply by adding or configuring an admin user here. And also there is another configuration setting I want to show you. The core recording format. I told you that by default the recordings will have the web extension. You can change this extension here to any extension that you want, okay? But I don't want to change the format or the extension. Now on-demand recording. I told you that by default on-demand recording is not working in Asterisk, so you need some additional configuration steps to get it working and running. Simply the user, back to our feature codes, and here you can see core recording. This is the core recording feature code. So if the user, maybe extension 1001, has core recording enabled, now on a connected call, this user can press *1 to activate the core recording feature, and now the core recording will record the call, and the user also can deactivate the core recording process and stop the core recording process by dialing the asterisk feature code back again. But now let's approve to use that on-demand recording. It's not working by default, and show you how to get around this and how to solve this problem. I'm going to enable core recording for extension 1001 here, and I want to disable this, and I'm going to enable on-demand recording for extension 1001 and save and apply our configuration. And now let's dial this extension, maybe 1002, and now let's use the on-demand recording feature code, which is *1, and see that it will hang up. So it will hang up and it will end the call immediately and will not record the call. So you need to modify some configuration files. You need to add these values to this two configuration files here. So very simple. I'm already connected using my SSH connection, so I'm going to use VI, one of the most popular text editors on Linux. I'm going to use VI to edit this files here and this configuration files and add these values here, and I'm going to explain this in a moment. But now, and here you can see when I was dialing, or when you saw before, when using the asterisk feature code on a connected call, the call will hang up. That's because asterisk or FreeBBX will not be able to recognize this feature code, and when sending this feature code to FreeBBX will say, hey, what I'm going to do by this feature code? I don't even know what this feature code is used for. So we need to configure FreeBBX to say, hey FreeBBX, please, when receiving the *1 feature code, use this to activate the auto monitor or the on-demand, another name for on-demand. it's called auto monitor. Please activate the auto monitor process or the on-demand recording process. So let's copy this, and now you need to press I in your keyboard to be able to modify this file. Okay, and I'm going to paste this. Okay, we don't need to paste this 2 times, only 1 time, and press escape using your keyboard to get out, and colon and W to write and save your configuration, and Q to exit, like this. And now let's verify the changes, and here you can see the value already has been added to the configuration file. And now let's modify the next or the second file here, and this will configure timeout for the or will configure a feature digit timeout for this feature code here, and this this value here, or this setting here will say, hey FreeBX, please, if someone is using the asterisk feature as asterisk or the on-demand feature code, which is *1 on a connected call, please play a beep after activating the on-demand recording. And if someone is using this feature code back again to deactivate the on-demand call recording, please play this beep again. So FreeBX will play a beep when activating or deactivating the on-demand recording because of this configuration setting here. So now let's copy and paste. And here you can see this file empty, doesn't has any configuration. So now let's press I in your keyboard and paste and copy and paste. Escape colon W to write and save your configuration, followed by Q to exit and to quiet. And now let's verify the changes. And you can see here the values have been added. The values now in our configuration files. That's fine. And now I'm telling you here, note, and very important to keep in your mind, you must reboot your AsteriskNOW after making the changes to take effect. Now when testing this before rebooting your Asterisk or your FreeBX, it will not work like this. It will not work. So you need, and again it will hang up and it will not work. So you need to reboot your FreeBX server, and I'm going to reboot. So you need to reboot for this configuration settings to take effect. Okay, we'll close the connection and back to the console. And after the reboot, we should be able to successfully use on-demand recording. And now let's test on-demand recording, and it should work. But before doing this, I want to verify our configuration changes here. I like to verify this before testing the on-demand recording. So let's connect again using SSH using PuTTY. And again, that's nice. And you can see here the auto monitor or the on-demand recording feature code already added to this file. That's nice. And now let's be sure that on-demand recording enabled for this extension, and now we should be able to use on-demand recording. And when activating the on-demand recording during the connected call to extension 1002, we should hear a beep that will be played back to us. And when deactivating the on-demand recording again using the same feature code, we should also hear a beep. So we will hear a beep when activating or when deactivating the on-demand recording. Now let's dial this extension, and this is on-demand recording recorded call. Let's hang up. See that you will hear a beep. You will hear a beep when activating or deactivating the on-demand recording. And now let's back to our monitor directory. We should see something. And you can see that by the way, the on-demand recordings will be prefixed by this word auto. So keep this in mind. The on-demand recordings would be prefixed by this word, the auto word. And here is our new on-demand recording file, and back to, we should receive something here. And again, sometimes you will need to log out and log in again. So I'm going to log out and log in again, and see that here's our new file. Now let's download this and verify that this is the on-demand recording file. I can't. Let's delete this and download the on-demand recording again. And it's working great, fine. Now what else we can talk about? So that's it. That's all you need to know about recording. And now I'm going to upload this text file with the video, so don't worry about that. And now conferences will give you the ability to configure a conference, a meet-me conference. You will configure a number for the conference, and the users will use this number to dial to join the conference. You can secure access to the conference by configuring a PIN or a password. So the users will be prompted to type this password to authenticate, and after successful authentication, the participant can join the conference and can communicate with the participants. You can also configure an admin user. This admin user will has the ability to control the conference, maybe the ability to lock or unlock the conference if you want, and also the ability to eject the last user or the last participant join the conference. Keep in mind, when using this feature code to record your unavailable or busy message, none of these messages will be played back to the caller by default, but you can get around this using the Asterisk feature code. You can use the Asterisk feature code for many things. One of these things you can use the Asterisk feature code maybe to go directly and send a voicemail to specific extension or to any extension, and also you can use this asterisk feature code to access your voicemail or to access other users voicemail. And that's why here I'm telling you the asterisk feature code equals to this and this, and you can do this by interrupting the initial menu that will receive that you will receive by pressing asterisk, and after that it will ask you about the password to authenticate, and after successful authentication you will receive this default standard FreeBX voicemail menu. You can press 1 for the advanced mailbox options, and now you can have fun with your Unavailable and record your Unavailable and busy messages if you want, and this message now should be played back to the caller if you are unavailable or busy. When recording the temporary greeting, it will override those two messages here and will be played back to the caller if you are unavailable or busy. So the temporary greeting will override the unavailable and the busy message. Core as the directory will give you the ability to dial by name instead of number and search for a specific entry. The internal users can use the directory by dialing the feature code, which is 411. The external callers will use the directory through the IVR menu. You need to configure the directory as an IVR destination in the IVR configuration, and you need also, it's very recommended to tell the users, the external users, about their ability to use the directory, maybe by saying, hey, press 4 to use the organization directory. And this setting here, very important again to know that the voicemail greeting setting, it's very misleading. It doesn't has any relation to the voicemail greeting. Instead, the voicemail greeting, they mean this setting here, the record your name setting, and the user now can use his can use his voicemail menu to record his name, and this name will be played back to the caller if there is a match for his name when choosing this voicemail greeting. And you can also choose to spell the name, so it will, if there is a match for any name, it will spell the name letter by letter. And if you have a text-to-speech engines or modules installed, it will pronounce and say the name back to the caller if there is a match. Call recording, again, internal or external or incoming or outgoing call recordings working by default. So all you need is to enable this recording, this kind of recording here that you want to enable. And before doing this, you need to configure and change the asterisk dial options. The asterisk dial options will control the call behavior internally. The asterisk outbound trunk dial options will control the call behavior externally. So you need to change this to these values here to enable call recording internally and call recording externally for the source and destination of the call. And you can access your recordings by default. The recordings will be stored in the monitor directory. You can access your recordings using the voicemail and recordings web page. Go to the advanced settings and configure an admin user here. And now the admin user, this admin user will has the ability to access the recordings using his voicemail and recordings web page. And to enable on-demand recording, it's not working by default, so you need to enable on-demand recording using this. Just follow these steps here, and again, don't forget to reboot and to reboot your AsteriskNOW or FreeBBX server after making these changes to take effect. So now I should say goodbye and thank you for watching, and see you in the next